Israel is preparing for a decisive military operation, aiming for a strike that is intended to be lethal, accurate, and unexpected. The Israeli Security Cabinet was set to convene to finalize plans for retaliation against Iran, making it clear that they are determined to act independently of U.S. oversight. Despite the U.S. administration, led by President Biden, expressing concerns and attempting to influence Israel's strategy, particularly urging them to avoid targeting Iranian energy and nuclear facilities, Israel has been reticent about sharing its military intentions. This lack of transparency has led to frustrations on the American side, especially given the history of strategic collaboration between the two nations. Biden and Netanyahu's recent conversation highlighted the strained relationship, with no dialogue between them since August. The U.S. response to the situation has been to evacuate American citizens from Lebanon, urging them to take advantage of available flights as tensions escalate. Israel's military actions are intensifying, with increased strikes in Lebanon impacting even United Nations peacekeeping forces. Meanwhile, Hezbollah has ramped up its rocket fire into Israel in retaliation. In Gaza, the situation is equally dire, with reports of significant civilian casualties from Israeli airstrikes. In response to the ongoing violence, Hamas is also reassessing its strategies. Under the leadership of Yahya Sinwar, who is known for his hardline stance, Hamas may revert to using suicide bombers as a tactic, reminiscent of their earlier methods. This shift underscores the volatile environment as both Iran and its proxies prepare for potential escalations. The dynamics in the region are shifting rapidly, with Iran's influence and the actions of its allies playing a critical role as tensions rise further. The recent surge in violence, resulting in tens of thousands of casualties, has prompted Arab states to engage diplomatically rather than militarily. Reports indicate ongoing secret discussions involving the US, Arab nations, and Iran, aiming for a comprehensive peace agreement that could potentially end conflicts not just in Gaza, but across the region. While the specifics of this initiative remain unclear, Israel has been made aware, but is not directly involved in its formulation. The urgency of this diplomatic effort stems from the looming threat of a wider regional war, with Arab states keen to avoid the catastrophic consequences that could arise. Recent high-level meetings between Iran and Saudi Arabia signal a serious commitment to dialogue, particularly focused on alleviating suffering in Gaza and Lebanon. However, skepticism remains regarding the effectiveness of these negotiations, especially given the history of failed peace deals over the past year. Two key factors may influence the outcome: the immediate urgency created by the potential for a regional war, and the unique leverage Arab states have in offering Israel normalization agreements, particularly if Saudi Arabia plays a central role. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu currently holds a strong position on the battlefield, making it unlikely he would consider negotiations without significant concessions from groups like Hezbollah. This creates a delicate balance, as Iran may hold the key to influencing Hezbollah's actions. For Arab states, the priority is clear: avoiding conflict that could threaten their oil infrastructure and U.S. military installations. Iran's recent threats against Gulf states serve as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of escalating tensions. The situation is fraught with risks, as U.S. bases in the region could become targets should conflicts escalate. While Arab states express concern over humanitarian issues, their motivations may also be tied to protecting their own interests, particularly in light of threats to their security. The dynamics of these negotiations are complicated, with long-standing rivalries and mistrust among the involved parties, making a comprehensive ceasefire difficult to achieve. Ultimately, while there is hope for diplomatic progress, the path to lasting peace remains uncertain as these nations navigate their complex relationships and competing interests. The coming weeks will be crucial in determining whether these diplomatic efforts can yield tangible results, or if tensions will continue to escalate